Good morning, everyone! Today we're going to be looking at the Suletta Mercury and Miorine Rembrandt S.H.Figuarts. These were graciously provided to us by Bandai Tamashii Nations, and we thank them for the samples. Getting right into it, let's take a look at Suletta. Opening up the packaging, we can see that she comes with a ton of optional hand parts, as well as 5 different faceplates. She also comes with her school notebook / data terminal, but the real draw here are the miniatures of her in her uniform and pilot suit that are in 1/144 and 1/100 scale. Action figures of characters with thick clothing or big sleeves usually have problems with articulation, but we feel like Bandai does it pretty well a lot of the time. Suletta in particular has a pretty decent elbow bend, though the joint is pretty exposed to allow for such range of motion. There's also a standard 360-degree wrist joint here, but also a full rotating piece for her forearm past the big sleeve, which also has a decent amount of rotation in the elbow area and the shoulder. There's a full rotation and a joint in the middle of her thigh as well, and the actual thigh has a rotator on a ball joint that has so-so range of motion and about a 70-degree bend on the knee. Suletta's great as far as anime character SHFs go, and she has pretty good balance to boot. Because of her headband, there's an extra step to switch out her faceplate. You actually have to get under one end of the headband to pry it off, then you can just pop it on another faceplate and she's good to go. Also, we personally would not use God hands on these miniatures, but we're super thankful that they're pre-painted. Simply put, the Suletta SHF is a solid addition to any Witch from Mercury collection, especially if you want some extra figures for your high-grade or full mechanics aerials. Now let's take a look at Miorine. Her box doesn't come with a window since she's technically an exclusive, so let's open it up and take a look. Oh look, she's smiling. It looks like she comes with the same amount of hands and faceplates as Suletta, and in terms of accessories she has hand-holding parts, as well as a tomato and her data pad. Getting her out of the packaging, her sculpt is looking pretty good, especially the detail in her hairstyle. She essentially has the same articulation as Suletta, but because of her shorter shorts, there's actually a hidden ball joint in her thighs that allows for more articulation. Also, her jellyfish ponytail has slight articulation as well. Switching out Miorine's faceplate is much more straightforward than Suletta, though it's a little amusing that each faceplate only has one ear on it. Miorine's balance is just as good as Suletta's, and the articulation in her hair actually helps somewhat. The tomato is, well, tomato, and the extra articulation in her legs lets her get just enough extra range of motion for some fun poses. And of course, she has the same data pad as Suletta, so she can yell at her for getting tomatoes at the Gunpla store or something. The hand-holding part's attached to Miorine's left arm and Suletta's right arm, and seems to hold together pretty well. We're really happy they included this because it makes for some absolutely adorable poses, and makes Miorine an absolute must-have if you already own the Suletta S.H.Figuarts. Both of these figures should now be in stock and available on both of our websites by the time we publish this video. Thank you again to Tamashii Nations and Bandai Spirits for providing these samples, and as always, thank you for watching.